Hello, guys. Welcome to my podcast about how to become a full stack engineer. So, let's jump into the topics that we're gonna talk about. First one, we're gonna have an introduction, and second one, I will show you how to improve your keyboard skill. And then we're gonna talk about Git because definitely you should know the Git control version of your project, add some files, commit them, having different branches and so on, and also how to solve the conflicts. We will have it here. And then right after you want to start a project, how to research to find out what should be the stack, what language, what frameworks. No? And I will describe all the new languages, frameworks, what's its usage, what's your favorite languages and frameworks, and you can find them all here. Then we're gonna talk about how to initialize the project. That's quite easy steps. What's the initial things you should set up in your environment, in your PC, and then we're gonna talk about what is ESLint, Prettier Husky, to help you and other developer to have the same code style, and also show you some bugs before see those bugs in the runtime. And then the structure to defining a task, to defining a subtask, and also here I will describe you a good point when sometimes you are bored, you have a lot of things to do, but you don't want to do them now, and you are saying to yourself that okay, I will do it later and so on. So I will describe you a good hack for that. And next one will be managing routing in front-end application. Then we're gonna jump into the most important part, that is gonna be UI kit. You have some buttons, form elements, some like modals, confirm, rendering image, product card, container, a lot of components you have in your project. First, we're gonna talk about front end, then we will go to backend. So in a front end, we're gonna talk about this ESLint and so on, routing and so on, and then we're gonna talk about the UI kit, the basic elements we're gonna use it, and for the we have a couple of solutions for the UI kit. For example, you are in a big company and you have a design team and they providing you a design system, so definitely you should develop your own UI kit if the design is complicated. But if it's not complicated and you can see that easily, you can custom chassis, and that I will show you how, and you can implement that, then don't need to go forward with that. So next one will be you will have definitely a form with some inputs in all the tasks, applications, projects that you're gonna involve. The simplest one is the login form. So I will teach you how to create a form in a really smooth and stable and with completely enterprise points. And next one, definitely again, beside the form, you want to submit the form result to server, and you want to call some APIs, and you want to do post, get, and so on. So definitely API is the most important part of a front end, and I will show you in an enterprise project how to do get, post, like do caching, show toast, handle errors, all of them. And you're gonna have a centralized library for that after watching this video. And then we're gonna talk about use CrowdHook, that will do manage all your APIs, plus will do optimistic updates. We're gonna talk about that in that part. And next one will be the difference between state management, server state management, or client server state management. And we're gonna introduce you the easiest solution to always go with one solution. one strategy. Then we're gonna show you how you should manage your models, the subcomponents that is uh, common in the different modules, where you should put them inside definitely portals and visualization. We're going to talk about performance. We're going to talk about local storage helper, debounce helpers, some variable helpers like search in a string method, or is number, is object, is null, or you can have all of them after you see the URL of this YouTube video in this podcast. And then we're gonna talk about storybook. What is a storybook? You have different components. We want to provide a UI for other developers to easily change the props of that component and see the result. Then I will show you the full knowledge about what is the test, unit test, integration end to end, and what's the benefit and pros and cons of all of them. Then I will teach you how to do code reviews. Also, for deploying your project, definitely you need to have knowledge about CI/CD. I will tell you whatever you need to know, just a basic one, but you can get deep into that. You can write me a comment and ask me anything. I will describe you and also create a video for that. And also next one will be how to set up a server. So after having these things, we're gonna talk about a real project. We're gonna create a project that our project will be car seller. So for example, you have a car, you want to have it advertised and sell your car, and somebody just see your car, send the offer, and so on. Just like the other websites like Amazon showing list of a project, and just like eBay admin panel to just create the list of your cars and see the offers and so on. So we're gonna have a list of registered cars with filters. In most of your project you have a list, and in most of them you have a filters and also sorting and also pagination. So I will give you the best practice for this part, and also like handling no data and those errors and loading, and also some actions to edit, delete, or toggle and so on inside that table or list. And you will have a form, and inside that form you will have an input, you will have a select, you will have a text area, you have checkbox, image uploader, and a group of other elements inside, and you can delete your cards and print the final invoice of the selling card. So we can add a lot of more usual things here, but for now I guess it's okay. And then we're gonna talk about best practices about designing components, kind of how to manage different date formats, how to manage price formats, how to toast, have a container, make sure your page is responsive, and exception handler, and also showing confirm, the best practices for them. And we're gonna start talking about the clean code. After this part, we will jump into the backend. So for the backend, I will go with Fast API Python project. I have experience with Django, with Laravel, Joomla, WordPress, Spring Boot, Nest.js, and a lot of backend application. But here I'm gonna talk about the patterns that we should follow in all the applications. Definitely, you should handle all your exceptions in the right way. You need to have routing in all applications, all the frameworks I share you, and I shared you, and also the thing is, these are the topics that not specific for one framework. You should know them to become a backend engineer. So, how to bootstrap project, have a controller, mapping the roads to your controller, then calling from your services. From your services, you should follow the repository pattern. Then you should fetch your data from your model, fetch your data from database based on a repository that I will tell you the difference between repository and model. Most of the developers don't know exact difference. And then event listener, how to subscribe and so on. All the design patterns, I will teach you all the design patterns with final example, practical example, and then we're gonna talk about DTO or resource or validation, sending email, sending SMS, calling some external services like sending email and service and so on, and call some internal services using gRPC and RabbitMQ and so on, doing queue with RabbitMQ, having a library to manage the appending data to your response, joining to different tables, having different filters, sorting, paginations. I will teach you how to have a library that don't repeat yourself. This is a design pattern. Try, don't repeat yourself. That I will definitely, after you come to this point with me, you will know it completely, and how to upload some images. And I guess for now that's enough. Then we're gonna talk about how to have a game project, a project that is kind of the logic is really complicated with socket, and we will do this with front-end React and backend Nest.js. You know why I choose backend JavaScript here? Because when you are using socket, JS has more library and more community when you want to handle JS. If you notice that I'm missing something, or you want me to talk about something in middle of them, don't hesitate to be in touch with me and let me know. I'm here for you to share all of my experience with you.